Today's day 42 of my 126-day juice fast. So 6 weeks completed as of today. It's kind of exciting. However, I'm not feeling all that inspired today. More than anything, I'm feeling nervous about this particular day because I'm going to share what I've been doing with a lot more people than I have in the past. There's a lot of embarrassment and shame, not only in just admitting where I am now and how far I still have to go, but in where I let myself get to, especially considering that 10 years ago I reached a goal fitness-wise and was, not only happy with where I was, but very public about my insistence that it wasn't that hard to do it once I made up my mind to do it. And then I proceeded to turn around and spiral for the next several years. Spiral, can you spiral upward? I'm not sure, but if you can, that's what I did. I spiraled upward in weight for the past decade. I can look at pictures of any occasion in my life, in my adult life, and I can pinpoint within a couple of pounds what I weighed at that time. And it's not because I can tell by looking at it, but because my personal memories of that time are totally defined by what I weighed. The less I weighed, the better I felt, and the more I enjoyed myself at that event. It's not necessarily a healthy way to view my memories. I'm sure of that, but that's how I've defined myself, and probably defined my self-worth was, by the weight. I've avoided functions over the years, especially over the last 6 or 7 years, when I felt like somebody might see me there who had seen me when I was lean and fit and hadn't seen me since. I would do just about anything to stay away from that. Not because I didn't think they knew I'd gained my weight back, but I didn't want to actually have to face them face to face, person to person, and have to talk to them and have them, pretend. I just wanted to be like, yeah, I know, I got fat. I ran into a friend at a convention when I was just a couple days into the juice fast, and I actually saw her and saw her see me, and I didn't want her to recognize me because I saw that cloud of, I think I know that person, but I'm not positive. And I hurried away, and she actually chased after me and told me she recognized me, and then I had to tell her who I was, and it was awkward, very awkward. I don't know why that particular movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, inspired me to the level that it did. I can't tell you that there's not other things I've seen that were more inspiring. I've watched several seasons of The Biggest Loser. I read weight loss success stories. I've seen them on the talk shows. A lot of times you would think that I would relate more to, an obese woman who loses the weight. I don't know why this, Australian man inspired me so much. All I can guess is that, when the time is right, sometimes you find the message and sometimes the message finds you. And I think this message had to find me because it was so random that we chose to watch that documentary, and so random that with everything I had in front of me for the summer, that I made a snap decision to go with this. And I almost feel fearful sometimes at the thought of what if I hadn't seen that, where would I be? How unhappy would I still be with myself right now? So at the end of 6 weeks, I've now lost a solid almost 44 pounds, 43 and some change. I started out this journey, I don't even want to say this out loud, I started out this journey at 309.6 pounds, and I now weigh a flat 266. So I still have a really long way to go. My sister's been kind enough to remind me that this is no small feat. I was actually hoping to have lost 50 pounds by the time I made this very public. But 42 pounds is 176 cubes of butter that I was carrying around, just for comparison's sake. Or 6-7 pound, some ounce newborn babies. Tomorrow I start a 2.5 week motorcycle trip from my home in Tonasket, Washington, down to St. George, Utah. So tomorrow evening, on Wednesday the 17th, I'll be in Missoula, Montana. And then the next night I'm going to be in Jackpot, Nevada. And then the third night I think we're staying, actually I think we'll be in St. George the third night, although we are going to the Salt Flats for the very end of Speed Week. It's going to be quite an experience to be on a juice fast while on a motorcycle trip. For one thing, the luggage that you can bring on a motorcycle trip is measured in cubic inches. And so when I ordered my luggage, it's, 16 inches by 8 inches by 10 inches, and you get 2 of those saddlebags on either side of the bike. So there's 2 of those, and then a pack on the back. So probably about a third of my luggage space or more is devoted and dedicated to my juicer. There's also the physical demands of the trip. I'm pretty sure I'm in the worst shape of anyone who's going. I certainly am pretty sure I'm the heaviest, but I'm also, I haven't been working out or anything like that. I have been riding my motorcycle quite a bit lately, but this is a demanding trip. Tomorrow's trip is 300 and some miles, I think close to 400, so it's quite it's really demanding on your body. You get sore and tired riding for that long. And so I've got to keep up with everyone as best as possible. I'm nervous about that a bit. I'm not really nervous about the, only juicing, the social aspect like I was when I first started planning this trip. I'm very confident, actually, that I won't have any problem going into the restaurants and just bringing my juice with me and enjoying the evenings with my juice. I think probably the one that's weighing on me the most is just being aware of how I look on this motorcycle, that I'm a big lady on a motorcycle, and overcoming the desire to just hide because of my size is a big challenge. But I'm going to do it, and I'm excited about it. I'm just a little nervous. I am going to be blogging every day like I have been. I'm not going to be able to weigh myself for 2.5 weeks, and I want to stay away from scales that aren't mine because I don't want the questions. The scale I have is a medical grade scale, and when I first got it, it weighed in 15 pounds higher than any other scale said I was, so I'm going to stick to that one and figure it's my worst case scenario scale. I think everyone should probably own one of those. I will be blogging, though, and doing some video logs, and I'm actually hoping to get some ideas from where there might be a juice fasting, or I'm sorry, a juice bar or juice, someplace I can get fresh raw juice in St. George, Utah. So the other thing I wanted to say, and something that my sister and I are planning and trying to do, is inviting you in some way to join the journey on your own. Do something, change something. Take control of something in your life that's been driving you crazy and stop letting it happen to you. Make your life happen instead. So that's it for now. I'll talk to you tomorrow night from Missoula, Montana.